Since emerging from Birmingham City's academy, Jude Bellingham has taken the football world by storm. His performances for Dortmund, Madrid and England have garnered enormous amounts of attention. But what happens if you move Football Manager 2024 Jude to the 2006 edition and include him in England's World Cup squad? Let's find out. And just like that, we've gone back almost 20 years. This is the exact Jude from Football Manager 2024, but now he'll be plying his trade with England's golden generation. After a smooth qualification, his nation will be competing in a group alongside Ecuador, Japan and Norway. Definitely winnable. Especially when you consider the talent he'll be lining up alongside. The 2006 World Cup would see a prime Galactico David Beckham. Up front, we'll also have available a 20-year-old Wayne Rooney. This tournament would end in particular disaster for him, as his side would be reduced to 10 men with his quarter-final sending off, and eventually eliminated on penalties. Let's hope history doesn't repeat itself. Tactically, we're going to start out with a 4-4-1-1. Jude will be lining up just behind the forward. We've encouraged him to be as tenacious as possible, and to press the ball and recover possession. With the amount of strength we have in the centre of midfield, I may switch to a diamond depending on the opposition. And with that, we have our very first game. Not too many familiar names for our opponents, but I do recall Ulysses de la Cruz at Aston Villa. And it would only take 25 minutes for England to find the back of the net. A perfect ball over the top by Terry, and a world-class finish. The South Americans would fight their way back into the game, before Jude put it to bed. The game would finish 3-1 and a strong start to the group stage. Elsewhere, Japan and Norway would tie, which was a perfect result for us. Against the Asian side, it was another straightforward win. Frank Lampard found himself on the end of Gary Neville's cross to open the scoring. Another Wayne Rooney goal secured a 2-0 win, and with a game to spare, England were guaranteed top spot in the group. With that in mind, we've heavily rotated the side for the game against Norway. Bellingham keeps his place, but we're lucky enough to be able to rest the likes of Terry, Beckham, Ashley Cole and Gerrard. One man who we simply couldn't drop was Wayne Rooney. Once again he would find space in the box, before rounding the keeper calmly. Norway wouldn't be beaten that easily though. Blackburn's Morten Gamps Pedersen would find space on the left, before squaring it. Eventually a chance would arise on the edge of the box, and that was enough to equalise. 7 points were enough though. Bellingham moves on to the last 16. Gotta feel bad for Norway, who despite going undefeated, say goodbye at this early stage. There's no time to dwell on that. In the first elimination stage, England would face African side Cameroon. For this, we're going to mix it up a little and play a 4-2-3-1. I think their weakness definitely lies in the back line, so getting at them as much as possible would be good. They do have a few danger men though, including a prime Samuel Eto'o up top, and as one of the fastest forwards in world football, our defenders need to be switched on for him getting in behind. After a tough opening 10 minutes, a big chance would come. Neville finds space out on the wing, before an inch-perfect cross to Jude in the middle. Just before half-time, Cameroon were reduced to 10 men. With that in mind, we're going to try a more counter-attacking style and close the game out in the second half. Which would work perfectly. 3-0 and on to the quarter-finals. In reality, as I alluded to earlier, this would be the end of the road for England. Penalty heartbreak would see Portugal move on to the semi-finals at our expense. But there is a chance for redemption here. One man hoping that doesn't happen is Cristiano Ronaldo. Here at the age of 21, he's already looking like a top-class player. It would take 97 minutes for the deadlock to be broken. Frank Lampard with a great free kick. 11 minutes later, Portugal would equalise. It's nice to see another nation miss 3 out of 4 penalties. I thought that was just an England thing. The semi-finals would see us face fellow Portuguese speakers Brazil. I've attempted to try and throw them off a little with an adapted 5-3-2. They have an incredible side, I think our only chance of progressing will be to keep things tight, maybe hit them on the counter-attack. No one is more dangerous in their side than Ronaldinho. Here at the age of 26, he's at the peak of his powers. I hope Gary Neville deals with him a little bit better than he tried to in 2002. After being thoroughly outplayed for the first 84 minutes, hope was fading. We played it long into the box, Bellingham wins the knockdown, before a big deflected shot. There was a couple more missed opportunities for Brazil, before we found ourselves in extra time again. With 9 minutes remaining, England have a throw. Gerrard finds his teammate in the centre. England have made it to the World Cup final. Even more crazily, we progress courtesy of goals by Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher. In our biggest game since 1966, we'll be facing Nigeria. The stars have aligned a little, as they'll be missing a suspended JJ Okocha. With Obafemi Martins, John Obi Mikel and Yakubu, this is still a highly talented squad. 2 minutes would be pivotal. Gerrard surges through the middle before a ball wide out left. Jude's in the centre, and he can bundle it home on the rebound. 90 seconds later, the ball would be in the back of the net again. A perfect ball in from the right, and Rooney doesn't miss chances like this. 2-0. Jude Bellingham has helped England win the biggest prize in world football. In all, he'd contribute 3 goals and an assist. He was remarkably durable, playing 671 minutes over the tournament. With us just playing a single forward, his role in the attacking midfield, pressing the ball and trying to arrive in the box late was invaluable. How England could have done with a Jude Bellingham back in 2006, but with Euro 2024 now upon us, I'm sure his national teammates are glad they can utilise his skills in this era.